Hey guys, it's me, Talia Risa Gibson. You can call me Tag for short, and welcome to my channel. Before we get into this video, I wanted to just let you know, so this video was recorded several weeks ago. I'm talking about a surgery that I had to have on October 18th, and so as you can see, it's December, so this has been recorded a couple weeks ago. Also, all of the videos where I am taste testing the pastries from 85 Degree Bakery, most of those have been recorded like over the last couple of weeks. So none of these are really current videos. I do have, I think, one of those that was a little bit more current, but I'm kind of building up to, I didn't do Vlogmas this year. I know, and I meant to, that was something that I really wanted to do, but I kind of let work and everything just kind of get just in the way of everything. And so I wanted to put out the videos that I've recorded the last couple of weeks that I just didn't put out. So that's what most of them are going to be. And then I'm trying to get them out before the actual holiday arrives. And then I'll probably just do a Christmas vlog. So I am going home to visit my family and all of that. So I'll probably do a Christmas vlog, and I do want to do a home reveal. So I'll try to do and that might be a part of the vlog or its own separate video. So I'll just do a video where I am just showing you guys my home. It's been a year now since I bought it and moved in. I moved in last year, December 4th, so it's been a little over a year now, and so I'll show you guys. It's furnished for the most part. There's a couple of things I want to get for my bedroom that I still need to get, but I just wanted to tell you guys that before you jump into this video. So all those videos of me like in my car, like taste testing stuff, they've been recorded. I just had them in my phone. And so I'll probably have a couple more of those, one more recent, yeah, and then we'll go from there. Like, comment, subscribe. Today I have some homemade lettuce wraps. So I have some chicken breast here that I cooked with a stir-fry seasoning, and I added soy sauce. I added a little bit of rice vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil. There's sauteed red and yellow bell peppers, and I think I put a little bit of jalapeno and then onion as well. And then I just have the green lettuce wraps. So I'm gonna say a prayer and we'll get into it. Dear God, thank you for this food I'm about to eat. Thank you for this day. I ask you to be with my viewers, keep them happy, healthy, and safe. In your name I pray, amen. Amen. Okay, so I am going to kind of build as I go. So I am just trying to make sure I am eating as healthy as possible, and so that's done by making your own food. Of course, there are some places that you can purchase food where the food is pretty healthy, but sometimes it's just better to do it yourself. So I'm going to get into these. All right, here we go. I'm making a mess. These are juicy. Good flavor. So this is the seasoning I use. Stir fry spicy, and then like I said, I added other things like the soy sauce, a little bit of rice vinegar, just a little bit, sesame oil. And then I use that Maggi seasoning. But I should have got some stir-fried vegetables to cook with it. But y'all, the Christmas season is here. It's here, y'all. It's the Christmas season, y'all. So this would be good with some rice on the side, like brown rice or even like quinoa. So by the time you guys get this video, it will have been several weeks because I had surgery 2 weeks ago. Almost 3 weeks. Actually, today is 3 weeks, right? I think today is 3 weeks. Almost. But I had a laparoscopic surgery. Just enough for 3. So with that surgery, I had to go under anesthesia. So if you don't know what a laparoscopic surgery is, it's basically a diagnosis surgery as well as a way to remove or rectify something that can be done through that kind of surgery that's not as invasive. So the reason why I had to have the laparoscopy is because I have endometriosis. And I've mentioned this before, but I haven't really gone into full detail about it. But just basically, endometriosis is a condition that means tissue that's kind of like the tissue within your endometrium, which is in your uterus. Tissue that kind of mimics that same kind of tissue that's within your endometrium can grow in other areas of your body. And so it causes pain, just like someone would experience like menstrual cycle pain when they're going through their menstrual cycle and that tissue is shedding, and that's how you get a period or menstrual cycle. Well, this tissue mimics that, but it goes on other parts of your body. Like it can get on your bladder, it can get on your bowels, it can get on your ovaries, it can get in your diaphragm. People have gotten it in their back or shoulder. I've heard extreme cases of getting in like people's eyes. So it's an invasive condition which can cause a lot of pain, and it can also cause infertility depending on where it ends up being. So this laparoscopy surgery was done for me back in 2016 when I first got diagnosed with it. I think I've had endometriosis since I was a teenager because it's not normal to have really intense menstrual cycles or periods, as we call them. That's not normal to have them that bad. And I was having really bad menstrual cycles when I was in high school. I remember one time I was sitting in class. This was when my sister Latasha was still alive. And I was sitting in class. I had to be in 10th grade. And when I was sitting in class, 10th or 11th grade at the time, I was on my period, and I remember just feeling like so exhausted and tired, and I was in so much pain. And I had to go to call my parents. They had a phone in the office that you had to put like a quarter or so in if you wanted to use it. of course they had a nurse, and I don't know if the nurse wasn't there or something, but I went to my sister's classroom, knocked on her door, and asked the teacher, could I talk to my sister? And she gave me a quarter or something that I needed because I didn't have any change. And so I called home and they came to get me so that I could rest and stuff. I was in so much pain. And so I really feel like I had it all the way back then. I had moments where I was fine and then moments where it would like flare up, I guess. I don't know. But I was actually diagnosed in 2016, which really, if I think about that, that wasn't that long ago compared to when I probably originally had it. But I know I need to eat. Juicy. So I wasn't really fully diagnosed until I had the laparoscopy surgery, because they can't really say that you have it or don't have it until you have that procedure done. So I had the procedure done in 2016. She said, you definitely have endometriosis. I also had a small fibroid. It wasn't too big. And that was removed, and any of the scar tissue that I mentioned before, she removed that. And then she put me on birth control because that's one of the measures that they use to stop endometriosis from growing back so quickly, because that tissue will grow back if it's removed and you don't do anything about it to minimize the growth. So this is my second time having the laparoscopic surgery, and this time the doctor, I have a different gynecologist that I've been going to since I moved to like the area I live in now. But she said, you have like the highest level of endometriosis. There's only 4 stages, but she was like, if I could go above that stage, your stage would be higher than that because you have it so badly. And so with that being said, I have stage 4 endometriosis technically, but it's definitely severe. So she said the birth control isn't working the way that she would like. And so she said there's a couple of options that I could take. And so I went with a least invasive option for now, which is to try out a medicine to see if it helps me feel better. But this medicine basically will shut down my ovaries so that they're not like releasing eggs and going through the whole menstrual cycle process or whatever, and almost put my body in what someone who's going through menopause would be going through. So I could have symptoms like hot flashes and stuff like that. But I'll talk more about that medicine once I've been on it longer. This is just I started it on Sunday. So this is just day 6. No, this is day 5 because Saturday would be day 6. So this is just day 5. And I have had some symptom, like I had night sweats one night, but I haven't had them the other nights. I'm getting a text message. I had a little bit of a hot flash, but it wasn't like anything severe. Years ago, my previous gynecologist tried to put me on another medication called Orlissa, which also shuts down your ovaries and kind of puts you in a menopausal state, even though you're not really in menopause. It mimics it, so the endometrial tissue, the tissue doesn't grow as quickly and all that. But I had to get off of it because I was having severe hot flashes, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what women go through when they're in menopause potentially. And the night sweats and just all of it, just how I felt overall on that medication, I was like, So she did mention that one as an option, but I was like, no. So I'm trying another medication, and I'll talk about this in another video on my other channel, Life with Tag. And so once I start posting those videos, I'll kind of get more into that. But I did want to share it here on the channel so you guys kind of knew what was going on. So there is no cure for endometriosis. There's a lot of theories about where it comes from, how it begins. I was listening to a podcast video earlier today, and that doctor was saying that there was a lot of questions about whether endometriosis was an autoimmune disease, and that hasn't been like further researched enough to say that it is, but it does kind of function like an autoimmune disease, though it has not been labeled that. So if you know of like autoimmune diseases, think of things like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis. They have their like flare-ups and stuff like that, and they cause other issues. Endometriosis is similar in the way that it functions, but it has not been classified as an autoimmune disease. But it is serious, and it affects a lot of women, even more so, not just women in their 20s and 30s. You're hearing about it in 17, 18, 19-year-olds or whatever it might be. And so it's really important to learn about it so that you know how to handle it, because doctors, sometimes they'll say, well, if you have like stage 4, that the best solution would be a hysterectomy. I'm 42 years old. I don't want to go through a hysterectomy at this age. For me, it's not so much about the kid part, because I'm kind of one of those people that if it's meant to have children, then it will be. I really believe that if God wants me to carry a child naturally or however it might be, that's going to happen. But I also believe that you have to do things to take care of your body if you're having any issues, so that could happen. But that's not really my priority or what I'm focusing on, because honestly, unless I am married, I really wouldn't want to bring kids into my life, as far as like just being a single parent, not intentionally, you know what I mean? So that's not at the forefront, because I believe like if I desire to be a mother at any point in my life, then I'm always open to adoption as well. Even if I had my own child naturally, I've always been kind of curious and open to possibly adopting, because I just feel like there's so many children out there in the world who just need somebody to care and love them and to provide a safe journey for them to become adults themselves. And so that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I just don't want to have that kind of evasive surgery at this age, because it is a major surgery, and I just don't want to do that. So I've been researching and reading. The actress Tia Mowry, you know Tia and Tamara from Sister Sister, the sister Tia, she had been open about her struggles with endometriosis throughout the years. Before she even had her second child, she talked about her struggle with endometriosis and getting pregnant with her first child, and then how she had to still kind of be really mindful of it in order to get pregnant again with her second child. And so there's some theories that if you have a child, that it could help, and I've heard that that has helped some women. But then other women, they had a child and then they still had issues and had a hard time having another child, or were unable to have another child, or ended up with the hysterectomy after the first child. And so it just depends on your body. You can't really compare one story of one woman to another, because our bodies are different. And so there's a theory about all the things of ways to treat and all of that. But one of the main things that I see consistently from just reading or listening to videos or whatever it might be is your nutrition and what you eat, your diet. And so that's kind of what I settled on, is that's the one thing that I can control. I can't really control what's happening inside of my body, but I can control what I'm putting into it that might help or might harm it. So I'll be doing some videos about like what I'm doing to make sure that I'm eating healthy and doing what I need to do, because ultimately that's all that I can control. And so it's just, I have to be more disciplined in that. One of the things that was mentioned was gluten. And even though I took a test and I don't have any type of gluten issues or any of that, it still doesn't mean that it doesn't affect my endometriosis. And so that's something that I'm considering, is just eating gluten-free as much as I can, like as far as like bread or anything like that. But yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with, and really trying to figure out overall health-wise and all of that. So my mom was here for that surgery. Honestly, it's not a truly invasive surgery as far as like being deeply cut into. I had an incision, a small incision made on my left lower belly, and a small incision made on my right lower belly, and then right at the opening of my belly button, there was another incision made so that those tools can go inside of my uterus and ovaries and all that. So they put a camera in there, and then they have the 2 incisions to put the tools in there to remove adhesions and scarring and stuff like that. There was some scarring that was not able to be removed because it was too close under in my ovary area. And so that was a thing. And so the only thing I can control is what I'm eating and how I'm exercising and taking care of my body. And so that's just what I'm gonna keep doing. And so that's why you haven't seen as many of the mukbang videos. I have videos, I'm gonna put them out, that I recorded previously, and just because I need to get them off of my device and upload them. But it's gonna look different as far as when I'm eating on the channel or cooking or whatever it might be, definitely showing healthier options and things like that. And again, it doesn't mean that I won't ever eat something unhealthy, but it won't be the norm, because it's just not good for my body, and everybody's body is different. All right, I'm back. I had a phone call, but yeah, so I talked more than I intended to in this video about it, but I just think it's good information for women and for men to understand what could occur in a woman's body. But also, if you have girls who are like teenagers and they're starting their menstrual cycles, like keep an eye on it from like when they first start to like their late teens, because they shouldn't be in excruciating pain, pain that makes them feel like they want to pass out or nauseous. Like that shouldn't be the norm of their cycles. And if it is, you need to find a good doctor that will help you think through it, but also maybe talk to like a naturopathic doctor, because you don't want the only solution to be that they put your child on any like hormone therapy, or they try to say that she needs to have these surgeries. But if it is really severe, it might be wise to have the laparoscopic surgery just to diagnose it, to make sure that that's really what it is, because it can mimic other things. Like doctors might try to say that you have irritable bowel syndrome, or that you have some other issue, or that it's just in your mind, or you're just being anxious or whatever. Or you might have women that say to a younger woman that, oh, you'll be fine, just put a heating pad on, just take some medicine, just drink some tea. Like that's just, you know, your auntie, she had painful menstrual cycles and she was okay. That's not the response that anybody should have. Like pay attention to it. And so it's really important. And so it's just one of those things, you learn as you learn. You learn as you go, and you don't know what you don't know. So it's important to do your research and to learn, especially if someone you love or someone you know is going through symptoms and you think they might need to get it checked out. So that's that. And I hope this was helpful to any of you and kind of gave you a little insight into why eating healthy is really important as well. I know with having the YouTube channels, and especially those of us who have the mukbang channels and stuff like that, you get the views when you eat certain things, when you try the trends, or when you have the burgers or whatever it might be. You get the views. Nick Cacado Avocado proved it to all of us with his big reveal and experiment and all that, and it's true. He went to an extreme. I wouldn't do that to my body, but he did prove a point. Like, it's so true. Like, you will get the views, you will get the people who want to watch your videos as long as you're eating unhealthy. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's your body. And I want to be here for as long as I can. And while I'm here, I don't want to be here suffering. I want to be here feeling good. I want to feel energetic. I don't want to feel like I'm in pain. And so the one thing that you can control is your actions toward your body, what you're eating and what you're doing. As far as, are you working out? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking your vitamins? Are you doing your research on supplements that are good for your body in comparison to what might be good for someone else's body? So on my other channel, I'll be talking more about things like this. I'll be sharing some of the vitamins that I'm taking. I'll share like some of the recipes or food that I am making to keep myself in good health. Now that I've had this surgery a second time, I can slow the growth of this tissue that's attacking my body. I can slow it down by doing the things that I need to do. And so that's what I have to do. So I appreciate you guys being supportive. And yeah, I'll give you guys some updates as time goes by. I'll talk about it here on this channel too, but I really want to have that channel to really not be a food channel. And so just trying to separate, but I'll talk about all things on both channels and all of that. And it's not to say that I won't ever eat anything on that channel. It just won't be a mukbang channel. So yeah, that's it. That's all. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning into this video. How are you all doing? Leave it in the comment section down below. I can't talk today, but how are you all doing? Leave it in the comment section down below. I hope you are doing well, taking care of yourself. I hope this inspires you to take care of yourself. Guys, go to the doctor. Don't be afraid. That's one thing that I will always advocate and do. If I don't feel good and something feels abnormal, I'm calling the doctor and making an appointment, because I want to know. Some people don't want to know. I want to know, because if I can get ahead of it, then I can get ahead of it, you know? And so I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or evening whenever you're watching this. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course hit that bell notification so you'll know when I post. Until next time, bye.
Have a good time. Join the fun, grab someone, wave those hands in the air if you dare. We'll have a good time, good time, good time. Join the fun, make some noise, ride that beat in your seat right there. We'll have a good time,
Like, comment, subscribe.